Welcome back to One Piece and review episode number 256. This is the newest episode of the anime and the return of the manga. Yep, the manga's back. Yeah, in the case of this episode, we're discussing episode 1026, Supernovas Strike Back, the mission to tear apart the Emperors, and also the 1054 chapter manga. This episode is mostly in two separate locations at Kaido's place. Yes, now this does finish adapting chapter 1009, adapting pages 3 through 6 and 13 and 19. And that's it. That's literally all they do here. Now, first off, we actually start off with, Orochi, where he is, still trying to burn down the Kaido's mansion. And then he comes across 6 of the 7 scabbards, 7 remaining ones anyways. Because Dogstorm stayed behind to take on Jack. Excuse me. Yes. And then of course they proceed to think they basically just said some nonsense stuff, and Kano was like, I'm tired of your nonsense. So all of them proceed to chop up. He goes to his Hydra form, and they all proceed to chop up all of his heads. And this is probably going to be it for him, though I think he does come back one more time after this one. And that's it for this guy. Then they go leave, and Renzo stays behind this time to take on the leader Abiwamon, the official ninja for the Shogun. And that's it for that. They go off, and that's it for that. Mostly put for this point forward, the rest of the episode is all about Luffy, Kid, Killer, Zoro, and Law taking on Big Mom and Kaido. Luffy, of course, is still trying to beat up Kaido various times. And they finally deal with Big Mom. First, let's have basically the 3 main guys. Actually, the 4 main guys. You have Captain Kid, Law, and Zoro. Well, they proceed to move Zeus into a steel box. We have is where Prometheus, that's the sun cloud who Big Mom was riding on, that proceeded to chop to 4 pieces. And then Law used the rock to basically push her up, toward the edge. And then, of course, then Zoro chops up a piece of the ground she's on, causing her to fall off. Yep. And that's literally the episode. It's pretty good. I mean, what I described, that's literally the entire episode. Mm-hmm. Yeah, not much else to say about it. It's good. I definitely do enjoy it. Mm-hmm. Alright, next up it is... Okay, the newest chapter of the manga. I know that the anime I went through just a few minutes, because not a lot happened this episode. It just finished up a chapter. Next, we got a bunch of stuff happening here. First up, for this brand new chapter, it's called The Flame Emperor. We have a picture of all 4 emperors. Yep. Buggy, Shanks, Blackbeard, and Luffy in his Joy Boy form. Mm-hmm. Yep, chapter starts out with basically where the Admiral came there, who been there for a few chapters now. Where basically everybody's there and take on this Admiral. He's trying to stop me. He's a Navy. They're enemies abroad. And then he says some pure nonsense. You know how things work outside here. The such like gods of the world. And here in this country, I'm filled with the world government. You have no rights. So don't blame me for how the world works. And he does his Groves of Wrath. There's several 2-page spreads here. Groves of Wrath, he's a woodsman. Proceeds to grow a bunch of trees. It's going to silence itself. Yep. Then, of course, basically tries to attack him. And then Yamato comes in, hits him with a blast breath. Then Momo shows up. As I was saying, Leave this place. Be gone from the capital. Do not make him worry. I swore an oath to them. A pink dragon? That's weird. Never hear those powers. They get wrapped up. Yamato, you must not fight. It's a weird one. Mixes a bunch. Luffy's a great pirate now. Yeah, basically they pretty much cut to Shanks' ship. Yes, Shanks' ship. Where everybody's basically looking forward to being able to Luffy again. Yasep basically is not ready to see his son yet. And of course, you have Shanks. Like, well. And of course, Treble, Sleepy Zero, what's that sail? Oh, there's no treasure. I basically have a flashback. Yes, a flashback of how Shanks stole the devil fruit in the first place. Yep, and when the whole thing was basically kind of recapping a little bit of the events of the first chapter of the series. Him losing his arm, and of course, them going to go on their merry way. Say, Beck, I think it's time to make a move. Let's claim the One Piece. And then we come to the world government. We come to the Navy headquarters, where we finally found out what the heck happened after the reverie, because there was like a humongous controversy. Like something happened with Alabasta, and it says here in this paper, which I'm sure is probably not exactly true. Sabo kills Cobra. Yep. It kills King Alabasta, and Vivi has disappeared. What happened with her? Don't know. It's hours before in the Land of Gods. They also mention here that the hoof of the Celestial Dragon symbol was destroyed. And, of course, Vivi disappeared. But the Akuma was freed. They say Admirals Wagyu and Fujura led Navy to battle. Said Vivi disappeared. Said we're still investigating matters. Possible against 22. It's above Alabasta. Still, their ships at the Red Port. In fact, they can't sail at home with all that's going on. Christopher Drew is like, can we just assume the 10th murder of St. Charles is solved then? As far as the accusation that St. Macard let the attacker escape, that being deliberate in Land of Gods, the Holy Knights intervene. It's all a big nest now. Let them figure out. In each case, the public is still convinced that Sapo's pulling the strings. Quad Stressor and the recent events orchestrated during the King's return with the 8th Nation Revolution, and now many sparks of rebellion are smoldering over the world. And begin to worship like he's some kind of god. Yeah, they call him the Flame Emperor. And now his brother, Luffy, is an Emperor of the Sea. In the world of pirates, the Flame Emperor's brother has to uphold the old order. Has appended the old order. He is so popular, he has more influence than the Dragon Commander-in-Chief Revolutionaries. Times are changing. And of course, you have Fujura, the current fleet admiral, saying this. This is one hell of an age. I had been an admiral, fleet admiral. No matter who comes to us, I'll drive each one of them into the depths of the sea. Yep. That's interesting. I gotta say, that was a pretty good chapter. Lots of reveals there. But it's something, though, that Luffy is not going to be told about. Oh, that there's an admiral in the area. Yes, an admiral. Yep. But a damn good chapter nonetheless. And we finally have those controversy of Alabasta. Excuse me. Now we answer that question. Also, did Sabo really murder Cobra? Why would he murder Cobra for? This makes no freaking sense. Especially since Cobra is a friend of his brother. So why the heck would he accuse him of murdering him? And what the heck happened with Vivi? So we got a little bit of revelation here, but it's nice we found out what exactly happened. Like controversy on Alabasta. And pretending Sabo was a god? That's interesting. Maybe they basically blamed that supposedly killing Cobra, the fact he may kill a Celestial Dragon. Who the heck knows? They free about them and Kuma. That being the case, what's happened with the warlords, the former warlords, mind you. I mean, the only one we know the fate of is basically Buggy, who's one of the emperors now. Aside from that, there's like none of the former warlords. We do not know the current fate of. It's like they're being attacked by the Navy, and that's the last we hear. The only one we have everything from is Buggy. That's basically it. So maybe we'll get more revelations as time goes on. But this is interesting. We're basically in the aftermath of Wano, and we're getting toward the final arc. And it's interesting, though, that Shanks is finally getting a chance to play a role in the series. First time in a while. As far as I can tell, post time skip, I think, like, to my knowledge, this probably is the second time he's only appeared post time skip. I think the last time I could think of was probably, and this is my personal guess, I think it's maybe after, no, it wasn't a Dressrosa. I don't remember the last time he appeared, because I know he did play a role in Marineford, but he did play one role after that, but I think maybe not the whole cake, but who knows. Yep. So yeah, that's it, particular review. Next is going to be My Hero Academia, where I'm discussing 2 chapters, because I didn't read one last week. Well, there's a reason for that. I'll get to that. Okay, and I'll do a comic corner, and then it's on to the start of Is It Wrong to Two Girls in a Dungeon? Yep, do review for that. Case closed and Barto. Okay, next video. Bye.